This show is brought to you by adamandeve.com. If you go to adamandeve.com right now and enter GLORY, the code word GLORY, GLORY, at checkout, you'll get 50% off almost any item, a free sex swing, and free shipping.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Cecil. This is Devil Dog Josh from Cali. I'm sitting here listening to episode 390, and you sitting there talking about not watching it or watching a 2-hour-long movie of pouring a fucking Frosty. I would sit there for fucking ever. Fuck yes, that'd be entertaining. Be like, what the fuck? How do you get that big-ass cup? And then fucking trying to watch this motherfucker carry this big-ass motherfucking Frosty out of the Wendy's. That would be so motherfucking entertaining. Glory hole, keep the left coming.
Hi, Cecil and Tom. This is Esme, and I wasn't going to call in about this whole things in brine and salt or vinegar flavored things and how Cecil can't stand pickles. I'm so sorry, Cecil, that your taste buds were burned in some sort of chemical accident, but you're so wrong. Pickles are so delicious, and like pickling makes pickled beets are good. Just pretty much pickle any vegetable and it's better. But then you had I wasn't going to call in. I wasn't going to call in to say that because it's a personal thing. I understand your taste buds were horribly disfigured or something, or just injured. But then you had to follow it up with freaking pumpkin beer. You probably like pumpkin spice coffee. You're wrong. That's disgusting. You're better than that. Anyway, Glory hole, love you guys.
Be advised that this show is not for children, the faint of heart, or the easily offended. The explicit tag is there for a reason.
Recording live from Glory Hole Studios in Chicago, this is Cognitive Dissonance. Every episode we blast anyone who gets in our way. We bring critical thinking, skepticism, and irreverence to any topic that makes the news, makes it big, or makes us mad. It's skeptical, it's political, and there is no welcome mat. This is episode 391. And see, so I gotta say thank you for zooming the screen into blind people mode. I appreciate that. I was telling Cecil a story earlier that I have been using a bad prescription of glasses for the last year, and I was concerned that my vision was failing.
You did, however, get those glasses free with a bowl of soup. So
that guy was
from a hobo.
He was dead. He was dead, and I took his glasses
and his soup.
So I was telling Cecil a story that I went to a bad optometrist, like one of those in the strip mall guys.
He basically just held open his coat and he's like, "Want to buy some glasses?"
I don't know, the guy at the Walgreens, he said he was an optometrist. I don't know.
Walgreens is more qualified,
right? The guy I went to.
You went to the guy standing there trying to fish fucking change out of the fountain. Like that's the guy.
Suddenly you have better coverage than I do, or whatever.
Hello, Mr. Sabaro. Can you tell me if I need glasses?
I robbed the wrong corpse. Okay. I guess that's what I'm saying.
So I'll cover my eye. It's a SBARRO.
No, that's New York style. That'll never work. That's
really, that genuinely is.
Actually, that's Sbarro pizza is a nightmare. That is a night. There's a reason it's only in the food court in the mall.
New York style pizza.
It's horrible.
It is. I mean, it's. Would you like me to heat this up for you? Pizza.
That's what I don't understand. Yeah. It's like, well, I made this Tuesday. I bet it's still good if I throw it in the.
Do you have any pizza that's just been around for a while? I don't want anything.
Fly shat on it.
I don't want you to make me anything. I'm not important.
I still remember like when we first met Eli, he took us to John's, I think it was in New York. Was it John's?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And like it's like got that like really like traditional pizza parlor kind of thing, writing on the walls and like the straight back super duper uncomfortable booths.
Where everybody's carved their name into.
Right? And it's like, oh, this place is a goddamn dump. I bet the food will be good. Said, I don't understand that train of thought. Like people will tell you that all the time. Like, oh, the best food is in restaurants covered in hobo blood.
That's that show though that guy Fioretti or whatever does Fioretti or whatever.
Right, where he's like, let's go to the worst.
He's like, it's
least
a dive.
hygienic places in America.
Let's go to a place with fly strips. It's like, no, I don't want to go to a place with fly strips hanging over my table.
Right. I think Anthony Bourdain had it to say, Kitchen Confidential. He's like, look, go to the bathroom. If the bathroom's not clean, imagine the kitchen.
The bathroom is filthy.
Right. Because he's like, bathrooms are easy to clean.
Exactly.
Kitchens,
harder
way harder to clean.
It's very true. It's very true.
But like, there's like this whole like myth of like, oh, the best Indian food is when you go to the Indian restaurant and there's like, it smells like a dumpster fire outside.
You basically turn your ass into fireworks at that point. You're like shooting things out that are different colors, red, yellow, browns, maybe.
But you've heard that before, right? It's brown. Like, right? Yeah, if you get brown, that was the starter, right?
Brown? You ate a lot of rice.
When your fucking toilet looks like a kaleidoscope threw up in it.
Oh, God. Somebody melt a candle in here? What's that?
I'm going to take a quick unexpected shower. There was a lot of blowback.
Unexpected shower.
It's from Ars Technica. Russian sites call HIV a myth, Western conspiracy. Oh, wait, and here's the kicker. An epidemic is now looming.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, I wonder if there's any causation.
Well, they don't ever do that with anything else. It's always, why is it HIV? Why is HIV?
That's the question I was going to ask. Like, I think it's because AIDS is a syndrome, right?
Right.
And HIV is a virus. And the idea is that like AIDS is less defined. So, syndromes are basically just like a set of symptoms or what have you.
Sure.
So I think the idea is that it's less defined, that HIV is detectable. AIDS is not detectable. You detect the HIV, right? So
AIDS is the side effect of the HIV.
Right. So I think there are people that are like, HIV just doesn't
just
do
hangs
that.
out.
Like it just so happens that there's a 100% chance that if you have AIDS, you also test positive for HIV, and that is always fucking the case. I don't know why people even would want to fight this fight. Like the HIV truthers are fucking lunatics.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because like at this point they are the problem is that there's all this misinformation, so people aren't going through the normal protections. But if they're Russians, how much protections do you have to go through if they're going to pee on you? You know what I mean? Like how much protections do you need to go through?
I thought you peed on them if you were the Russians.
Can you get it? Can you get it from like getting a little pee in your mouth? Is that I'm asking for a friend. Eli Bosnick is the friend.
No, but from shaking hands, you can.
But only with Jews.
Well, how else would you get it?
Oh, no, you wouldn't get it.
Oh, nobody would shake a hand with a Jew. This is not.
I don't even know.
I don't know why that's happening.
Oh, that's
I don't know why that's happening.
So there's this. It's crazy because it's almost like if you spend all this time with misinformation, maybe the misinformation sometimes bites you in the ass.
Maybe
you know what I mean.
You start your own conference.
Maybe.
Oh, that was myth information. I'm sorry.
Different thing.
I got mixed up.
Yeah. But when they spend all this time with all these fake news things that they send to the U.S., like all these fake things. Maybe some of that rubs off, like when you stare into misinformation long enough.
It stares into you. That was pretty deep. That was like abysmal. Oh, yes.
Closing the window.
Says it must be male and female. It must be opposite of one another. Everything in the universe testifies against the Sodomites and against the Sodomite gospel and against the Sodomite Bible.
All right, this is from the Washington Post. How is my daughter a pervert? Alabama. I probably didn't inflect that the same way he inflected that.
Actually,
hold on. Let's play the inflection game. Scroll up.
Okay. All right.
How is my daughter a pervert? How's my daughter? A pervert?
You added
How is my
punctuation.
daughter a pervert?
You added punctuation.
It's the inflection game.
It is.
It's the inflection game.
How is my daughter a pervert?
How? Is my daughter a pervert?
You keep going.
I could do this all day.
You're killing it.
Alabama dad's plain-spoken rebuke of Roy Moore strikes a nerve. So if anyone has forgotten already, Roy Moore is the guy who is not going to be senator in Alabama, but will be consigned to the dustbin of racist pedophilia history.
Shitty history.
Yeah.
I will say, though, this guy, he doesn't, when he's talking, he doesn't say perverts. He says preverts. When he says it so many times.
Prevert.
And I'm just like, is a prevert somebody who could have told us about Al Franken ahead of time? Is that what a prevert is?
It's like
They could have told us about Garrison Keillor. They could have been like, you know what I really want to point out within this story specifically, is that that this woman, so this guy, he's saying, how is my daughter a pervert? He's basically saying, Roy Moore is calling all gay people perverts.
Right.
And he's saying they're perverted. And he talks about how his daughter killed herself because she was bullied and she was picked on. And we all get caught up in the, are they going to make a cake? Are they not going to make a cake stuff? And sometimes we forget that there are some real casualties, real human beings' lives who are gone because everybody around them said they were wrong. Everybody around them said there was something wrong. There was something wrong with them. In some way they were deviant.
Right.
They were not normal. And that caused them to be, depressed enough to do something to hurt themselves. Like it's amazing to me that, like people don't hear a story like this. And this isn't a fucking isolated case by any,
no. This is
any stretch of the imagination. This is not an isolated case.
Right.
This guy's daughter killed herself. That is not a thing that doesn't happen a lot. Right. And so, but we forget. We just always seem to forget. Like we're like always like, yeah, I mean, what if they don't bake the cake? Well, what if they do bake the cake? Well, what if we all said we don't care if people do this and we stop demonizing people for being it?
Yeah, well, even this guy whose video went viral, he admits he said some terrible shit to his own daughter.
His own daughter, yeah.
I think, this is one of those things where it like you have to ask the question, like, how many times do we have to humanize this?
Yeah.
Right? We've been trying to humanize this for how long? Mm-hmm. It's like it's that advice. You come out of the closet because it's going to be somebody that somebody that you know.
Sure.
And all of that. It doesn't matter until it's close to you,
sure.
Right? Well, this is a guy who lost his daughter.
Yeah. And
in part was one of the people that bullied his own daughter by his own admission.
He said he sat by while his church bullied his daughter.
Right.
Even though it sounds like he was sort of coming up on the other end of it at that point and saying, oh, I accept her, but maybe my church doesn't. And they were the ones who were saying shit.
When you wonder for him, like, how much social pressure was he under?
Yeah.
As he's not a young man. Like, how much social pressure was this guy under to sort of conform to the rules of the society that he lived in, his church and, his neighbors and what have you.
Sure.
Let's not pretend that that's not a significant factor in how people behave. Yeah. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't even care. Social pressures are a significant factor in how we behave. They influence us. They even influence how we treat the people that we love sometimes, whether they should or shouldn't. They just do. And I just feel like these stories, how many do we need to hear before we all just decide, like, I care about people more? I just care about people, like, more than I care about being right about something that doesn't matter, that doesn't affect my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it doesn't affect these fucking people's lives. It doesn't affect the church, the people at his church's life.
This is it. I'm standing on the very spot where many Christians believe the world will come to an end. It's called Megiddo, and it's the place that the book of Revelation says Jesus Christ will come down to, end the world, and save the people who believe in him. Now, when Revelations was written, only God had the capacity to end the world. But now man does too. Because unfortunately, before man figured out how to be rational or peaceful, he figured out nuclear weapons and how to pollute on a catastrophic scale. And if it's one thing I hate more than prophecy, it's self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, God. This is from Vox. This is why evangelicals love Trump's Israel policy. Now, here's what's particularly distressing about just this headline. The word love is right next to the word Trump. That's gross. That's just gross. Nobody should love Trump. Like, nobody should love Trump.
Nobody has.
Right?
Yeah.
His approval rating is the worst approval rating since they've started gathering approval ratings. Since the word approval was next to the word rating.
And that was like in the Depression.
Like it's atrocious. So the nuts and bolts of the story here is, the evangelicals, they believe in that sort of biblical literalism, but more than that, and in particular, they have a belief in the Revelation, and they have a belief in Armageddon.
Yeah.
And one of their core beliefs is that a series of preconditions has to occur before Jesus can come back and give everybody snuggle love or whatever the fuck he's going to do. And they're real fucking anxious for that shit. So they really want to bring about the end of the world. They think the end times are literally happening right now. The formation of Israel was really like the first major harbinger of the real modern end times that they've been talking about constantly being in for 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Right. And they're excited for this. There's a bloodlust involved here, Cecil.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bloodlust and a pathological desire to see the world burn that is attached to this shit.
Sure.
That's fucking creepy.
Yeah, it's terrifying. And one of the things is that it's not just the end of the world stuff in the sense it's scary that they might fucking think that a nuke is how the rapture happens, right?
Yeah,
they might be like, oh yeah, well that's how, because they could, all of this stuff is all metaphor. So they can fucking make this metaphor fit whatever they want and however they want. But there's also some weird shit. Don't you remember a while back when they're like, we got to breed a cow that does this thing so it can breed the cows and have the red heifers in the bulls and the. Do you remember that shit? There was like a story about that. I think it was on This American Life or something. Where they're like, we're trying to breed a cow that can go over there.
Special Armageddon cow.
It's an Armageddon cow. Exactly.
They want to breed a special Armageddon cow.
Because they think that that's going to herald in the end of the world.
In the name of Jesus, we speak that. Ora mana shanda karaba. Lo koremene bere jede kede burishida kidi berasana.
What kind of feeling? I'm high on believing.
This story is from Religion News Service. Trump's recognition of Jerusalem excites apocalyptic fervor. And there's a nice picture of one of those boob castles on there. What is that exactly?
It's a mosque, I think.
No,
the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. Maybe it's a Jew church. Is that what they call those?
I don't know. I call it a boob castle. That looks like a titty. Look at that thing.
Have you ever you've seen those guys though that wear hats like that? Those priests.
Like a breast.
They're just like get like fucking 4 stations on that thing. What I love about this is they talk about Paula White, Trump's spiritual advisor.
Oh my God, I know.
It's 2017. That's like having an official White House Bigfoot yodeler. You know what I mean? We're just like,
Wait, we don't have one?
You're like crazy guy sits on the floor. It's like, no, I just called like 6 Bigfoots. They're on their way. Like that guy.
You're going to show up and eat all your beef jerky. It's just like, fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like having a unicorn breeder at the fucking White House. I mean, seriously, man. It's 2017.
I know.
A spiritual advisor? Why not have a fucking tarot card expert?
Yeah, but it's all it is like a pandering advisor.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, okay, I need to pander to the dipshits. What fucking come into the kingdom bullshit should I fucking utter out of my fucking mouth at the end of this policy? It's a policy speech, and then it's, God bless America and God bless the world. God bless, whatever else they wrote on the fucking teleprompter.
It's just fucking so annoying because it's like spiritual advisor. You're like, next week he's going to be like, you know what? I spent $3.2 trillion on these magic beans. They're the best beans.
My spiritual advisor advised me to sell. I don't know.
And it also quotes John Hagee in here.
Oh my God, that fucking guy.
And he's talking about like John Hagee is one of these guys. I can't think of a single thing that I could ever agree with that guy. And if that guy was like, you know what, air's cool, I'd be like, can somebody just asphyxiate me? I just want to just fucking choke me out. I don't want it anymore.
Can you jerk off while he does it just to get, I don't
know. Don't do it in excess.
The religious right that I was part of is fundamentally anti-American. They hate this country. They wrap themselves in the flag, but they hate America as it is.
This story's from the Friendly Atheist blog. This is Dave, Coach.
Doc Coach.
Not a coach. Daubenmeier. It's okay if Roy Moore lies if it advances the kingdom of God. Well, but it won't. Because Roy Moore lost. Because he's a loser.
All right, so
which is what losers do.
All right, so let's play this.
Yeah, I heard somebody say the other day, this is Judge Roy Moore Day. I'm kind of heading that way, okay? I want to scream on Facebook.
Screaming won't help you on Facebook.
No.
Like you can literally scream at Facebook all day. Unless you type it. It's not going to do anything for you.
I would argue that even most of the type screaming people do on Facebook doesn't really do anything, right?
Anyway, yeah.
Hey, how many Facebook arguments have ever ended with, you made a series of valid points and you've changed my mind?
I agree with you, sir.
Upon careful consideration.
Exactly.
I do scream on Facebook. I want to scream more on Facebook. When I hear people say, well, Judge Moore is not worthy of the office if he's lying about what he did.
It's not that if he's not worthy of the office if he's lying about what he did. He wouldn't be worthy of the office if he did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you're cool with that statement to me says that they're cool with what he did.
Yeah, it's just the lying that they find troublesome.
They're worried about the lying, but they're not worried about the pedophilia.
Right?
Well, I guess that's true. I mean, isn't that churches?
Right? It's just like, look, this is standard practice. Just don't lie about it, all right? Don't. It's like, it's Diddle Club. Yeah. The first rule of Diddle Club
don't lie about
is don't lie about Diddle Club.
Second rule of Diddle Club is
don't get caught in Diddle Club.
I want to grab him and I want to slap him upside the stinking head.
Stinking head.
Because
what is happening in the background on this thing with the crunching?
I don't know.
What
I thought that was
sound?
You over there. That's not you?
No.
Judge Moore is trying to infiltrate an ungodly.
What's going with you? See all this shit? Hold on, guys. So, like, he's in the middle of streaming his fucking YouTube, and like his computer is like,
it's like
throwing messages all over.
Would you like to mute Judge Roy Moore? No.
System. No. And Judge Moore, the stakes in this campaign are so great for the cause of Christ. And Judge Moore is being lambasted by the holier-than-thou Christians who think it says we can never lie. And that is not what that says.
On your show, it says, thou shalt not bear false witness. It's like right there. It doesn't say you probably shouldn't most of the time. It says you shall
false
not.
witness is when you pick out the wrong person in a lineup.
Oh,
That's
right.
what that is. Yeah, when they take you down.
Which one's Kaiser Soze? Oh, Kevin Spacey.
He's the guy
also
who
a molester.
14-year-old. Full circle. Full circle.
Okay. All right.
It's a
Raise your
callback.
hands if you haven't raped a 14. No hands. No
it's
takers.
a callback to sexual impropriety that you can do. It's basically called 2017.
In fact, it's best to lie if it advances the kingdom of God. Oh, there I said.
Lie if you feel like it's useful. That's what he's saying. Like, and that's kind of why everyone lies. Like, you never lie if it's not useful to you.
Right.
You're not like, I'm gonna lie. Nobody comes home and it's like,
put myself in a poor position.
Honey, I'm cheating on you, and you're not. You're just like, oh, I just fuck that backfired. I thought I'd go over better than.
What? No pyros?
People lie when they think they're going to get something out of lying.
You go to the police and you're just like,
I killed a
robbed
dude.
a bank.
I killed a man in Reno just to watch him die.
I shot the sheriff, and I shot the deputy. Fuck it. I just take a double murder.
Oh God.
Yeah, I said it.
It's like fucking. He's like at the end when he's like, "There, I said it." It's just like he's like a toddler after he took a dookie. He's like, "Look what I made! Look what I did!"
It's kind of the intellectual equivalent. It's just, that was the brain equivalent of an upper decker. So this story is actually a video from Streamable. And this is actually an interview with Roy Moore. Roy Moore, for those of you who don't know, is the guy who is not going to be in the Alabama Senate.
You didn't watch that the other night, huh?
The actual election
You didn't
coverage?
watch the election coverage?
I did not. I was sad already about one election recently, and I did not want to repeat the pain and heartache.
Can I just say, very happy that they bust in all those people from other states to vote in a fucking state.
Alabama has a proud history of busing.
Yeah. Alabama also has a fucking state voter ID law where it's like you need a photo ID. And there are all these people. They passed it so that, like, because the Republicans want a photo ID law, right?
Right.
They passed the thing, and then everybody, all the Republicans on the internet are just like, I heard they were busing people in. Were they busing people in? Can anybody confirm this?
Anybody confirm this unsubstantiated rumor that I'm spreading?
There was this awesome Twitter thread that somebody posted, and they're just like, think about how many votes you would need for the margin. Let's just say it's 40,000, right? Let's say that was what your margin of error, what you needed. So you needed to get 40 extra thousand votes. That's like, and they named the number of buses and how many buses would have to go in and how many trips they would have to make and how many like random polling places they'd have to pull up and open up. And the bus drivers didn't say anything. The people who voted didn't say anything. The people who saw all those people in their polling place didn't say anything when they're just like, because you're in Alabama, you know every single motherfucker that's going to pull up to your polling place.
In Alabama, you're trying to sneak a bus full of black people around to vote?
Not
in
just
Alabama?
one. Not just one, because it's 40,000 votes.
Yeah, no one will notice this bus of black dudes in Alabama.
These 10,000 buses of black dudes. It's not 10,000. It's 1,000, though. Maybe 1,000 if you're fitting 40 people on a bus or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many fucking
whatever. Even let's say it's fucking 500. 500 buses is a lot of fucking buses, man. It doesn't even make sense logistically.
Oh no, it's legitimately
asinine. It's the dumbest thing I've heard.
Do you know who could pull it off?
George Soros. He just wherever the buses go, he just makes it rain off the top of the buses and he's like, just don't tell anybody. Toot, toot, motherfucker.
Do you know that for some reason, I, one, don't know what George Soros looks like, and B,
he's old.
Which is two, I always picture George Costanza, and I don't know why. And it makes me laugh in my head every single time.
The best part about George Costanza as George Soros is his wallet would be really big. Like his wallet genuinely would be really, really big. So, but anyway, you didn't watch it.
I did not. No.
I watched part of it and then I left and I was doing some work in the studio that night. So I found out about it from an alert on a phone instead of like watching TV. But we were watching the beginning of that coverage at home. And, it was a neck and neck race. And then they wound up pulling it out at the end. And they had to do a lot to get it done. There was like the ACLU was calling down there. There was call banks. And, they had to do a lot. They had to get a lot of people motivated to make sure that he got elected.
Yeah.
And the thing I'm worried about is let's not take our foot off the gas. You know what I mean? Like let's not, there's a great line from Reservoir Dogs where he turns to the other guy. He's like, let's not start sucking each other's dicks just yet. And I feel like that when you're just like, yeah, Roy Moore didn't get fucking elected, right? He didn't get elected. The other guy, Jones or whatever his name is, got elected. But let's not start sucking each other's dicks just yet. This is one piece of a cog. You've got to keep that fire for another 2 years. And you can't think it's easy. You can't be like, okay, yeah, well, we won in Alabama, so we can win anywhere. It takes a lot of work. Everywhere they want to win, it's going to take a lot of work. And I hope people don't forget that. And I hope people don't grow complacent. And I hope people don't use this victory as a way to get out of doing shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I do. And I agree with you. And I appreciate your unbridled optimism.
Yeah. As usual.
Because like I look at this and I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. We got the first Democrat in like 25 years in Alabama.
Sure.
And like, maybe like it matters a little bit if somebody's the worst, you know, like maybe we finally reached a turning point after 2016 where being,
I hope so.
And that's just the way my mind works. Like maybe being the worst is now disqualifying.
Yeah, maybe that
it was not disqualifying last year.
Not yet. No,
you know,
not
being
in
the
16.
worst was like,
Not in 16, it wasn't.
So I like to think that things like the Me Too campaign and some of the other things that have happened over the course of the last several months, maybe being terrible matters now.
Maybe.
I'm not sure that it did before.
Maybe.
I mean, I think we demonstrated that it didn't.
I think that your optimism is unfounded because he was on the ballot. You know what I mean? Like he still was on the ballot. He still got how many fucking votes, right? It's not like there wasn't thousands, tens of thousands of people who still voted for him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know. And I know that like 600,000 people don't think that this is disqualifying, right? Like you and I look at this and we're like, it's fucking disqualifying.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
You're disqualified when you're a terrible fucking person, right?
Yeah.
And so, I hear you. But like, I guess like a year ago, we elected a president that was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Being the worst was not disqualifying. I would really like it if we're maybe at a point where 51% of people think it's disqualifying. Like, I don't even think that's not a high bar.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a low bar. And like I feel like we can just barely crawl over it. Like, man, my optimism is that. See, so my optimism is that being
it's
the
not
worst.
fucking, you don't have fucking, you're not shooting stars out of your ass
No,
over
like,
there.
this is
You're just like, no,
such an easy ask.
This is the least we can do, everyone.
It really is literally the least. Like, if I could have 50.1% of people think that being the worst is disqualifying.
And look at the way in which people voted down there too, where it's like, you know, you look at the black vote and it's all against him. Nobody cared about this guy. But you look at like the white voters, even the women voters, still pretty high for him.
Watching some of the interviews where people were interviewed that were going to vote, and they're like, "Yeah, well, you know, what do you think?" I mean, some of the things people said. We got to talk before the show. There's one dude who's like, "Look," and he was a talking head. He was a pundit. He's like a talking head.
Yeah, he's not just some fucking rando.
He's not some dude, right?
Yeah, he's not a rando.
He said something, and I'm paraphrasing, but only a little bit. He's like, "Look, if somebody stole a lawnmower when they were 20." Should that disqualify them for holding public office? I was like, well,
yeah. If that lawnmower happened to be a woman.
I know. Women don't mow the lawn. Didn't say dishwasher. Fuck. Oh, no.
They didn't say baby maker.
Where is my sandwich?
Where is my baby? Comes out of the kitchen with a baby and a sandwich.
Baby in like a loaf of brioche.
She's like, look what I made. Are your shoes on? You aren't making any babies in this house with your shoes on.
Those could be running shoes. Yeah, but like, it was astonishing because like, what does that say about this person? They're comparing it to a property crime.
Sure.
He's like, he's basically saying like women are property, right?
If you,
it's right there.
You're allowed to keep them if you can lasso them fast enough. Does that one have my brand? Did I brand that one?
Well, is that check under the hood or wherever you keep that.
Lift up the tit on the one side and there'll be an XXOOO. That's my brand.
God.
Yeah, I mean, like, seriously, like, it's a property crime.
Yeah. Some of the excuses people were making were like, well, it's always been done that way.
Yeah.
And like, people there's one guy who's like, there's a lot of mamas and daddas that would be proud if a district attorney hit on their youngin or whatever.
Yeah, I would be happy if a district attorney come hitting on my youngin.
Like, the fuck is it's that idea that like women are to be married off, that powerful men can have, young women and young women are a piece of property to be married to a powerful man. Like all of that is embedded in that horrifying culture.
Yeah.
That horrifying, disgusting culture.
Yeah.
But they didn't win.
Yeah. And that guy, when he said that, he didn't actually say it. He just twanged it out of his juice harp out of his mouth. He's like, wow. All right. So this is Roy Moore talking to somebody. I think it's probably from the BBC. this, it's on The Guardian, so it might be somebody from The Guardian. That's where the video is. I can see the G up in the corner. So this is him talking to somebody from there, talking about Russia.
I assume a supporter of Ronald Reagan in the 80s. But he said that Russia was the focus of evil in the modern world.
You could say that very well about America, couldn't you?
Do you think?
Well, we promote a lot of bad things.
War for oil.
Right.
Cruise missiles.
I don't think he's going to think the same bad things you and I would think.
We promote warlords into dictators. Is that what we do?
Is that a promotion?
I don't know.
What is that? It's more like a lateral move.
Yeah, you're right. It's more like a lateral move. More responsibility.
I don't know if the pay's any better.
A little less pay.
Right? I feel like when you make that jump, you're really sacrificing a lot of quality of life for very little extras.
What else do we promote? We promote Trump's hotels and his brand.
We do.
And Ivanka's purse line. So what else do we promote?
Let's see. What did Russia tell us to promote? I forgot. What's their...
We promote ads on Facebook.
You know?
Like?
Same-sex marriage.
Look at that look on that fucking nozzle's face. Same-sex marriage. And he's just got this like, what you gonna do about it look? Like, isn't that a hillbilly shit-kicking look?
It really, and also like, does anybody promote it? Or is it just okay?
I mean, is there like people walking down the street with sandwich boards?
Right. Hey, have you tried gay marriage? Like, no, I'm not gay. Oh, well, you should give it a... No one's doing that.
There's like a guy on the corner, and instead of like the signs that they're spinning, it's a big dick. He's spinning around, just spinning it on the corner.
It's like, have you tried dick?
Hey, have you tried dick? Da, 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 da. I'm doing this thing. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing the sign spin, but there's no sign. It's a pantomime.
I love those sign spinning guys because what it means is that hiring people is cheaper than hiring sticks.
Cheaper than a stick. You know, we should send somebody to Home Depot, or we could just pick somebody up at Home Depot.
That's the very argument that Vladimir Putin makes.
Well, then maybe Putin is right.
That means Reagan is wrong. Your hero is wrong. Your hero is wrong.
Shouldn't you just fucking voip out of existence as a Republican when you're just like, well, maybe Ronald Reagan wasn't right. There should just be somebody like, have you ever seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers? You're just like, shouldn't the fucking all the Republicans around you just start screeching and pointing at
Their
that
heads
point?
Pop like scanners. Just
Maybe he's more kin to me than I know.
What would you say to him?
Здравствуйте, как вы поживаете сегодня?
You'd order the borscht?
He just had that like in his back pocket. I hope somebody someday asks me what I'd say to Putin. Because I learned this one Russian phrase.
I'd order the borscht. He's not a waiter, you racist. He's a busboy.
What he said was, get off the bear, you shirtless weirdo. It's my turn.
Actually, he said, you could come on my face. That's what he said in Russian.
Putin doesn't need permission.
Okay, Russian listeners, what does he say here? Because I'm actually curious.
To him.
Здравствуйте, как вы поживаете сегодня?
I want to know what he says. So,
I love the way he smiles after that. Like, yeah, that's right, motherfucker. I know Russian.
He sounds to me like somebody who speaks it pretty well.
I know.
Right? He doesn't sound like somebody who just like went on Duolingo. You know what I mean? Like he sounds like he speaks it pretty well. So I'm actually curious what he says there. Probably
I'm going to go to Duolingo.
Thank you
and learn
for the
Russian.
Facebook ads. Maybe it's what he said. Maybe he said, yeah, house Mike Flynn.
I mean, I remember one time I had a pair of shoes that I wore, and it just for years, these shoes did not wear out. And I wore them years and years and years. So, sometimes God is saying little epiphanies to us, little things to us, but we don't know how to listen to his voice.
This is Right Wing Watch. This is our friend Jim Baker. It's been decided in heaven that Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States. This is insanely stupid. This clip is stupid in a way that is it's nearly perfect in its asininity.
I want to say this guy's beard, though, is very, very strange. It's one of those beards that you're just like, like somebody will walk up to me and be like, do you want to do something with that? And be like, nah, I'm just going to see where it goes. I'm just going to let it go, you know?
It looks like a hair waterfall.
It really does.
That's what it's like. Got like a whole landscape.
It looks like somebody like walked up to him and splashed a bunch of hair in his face and it just stayed there. You know?
It's like the first attack is with glue, and he's just like, it's like
being tarred and feathered,
right?
It's like,
glued and haired.
Yeah. The president of the United States, I actually believe, and some believe, that God chose this man.
Absolutely.
Oh, you heard it. A guy with an Indian accent said yes. Those guys know a lot of stuff when they wear orange robes. It makes them wise.
I was going to say, why did God choose him? I asked you first, do you think God chose Donald Trump to become our president of our United States?
You know, in the year 2016.
Hold on. They're selling a complete fuelless generator. Last week, they sold the incomplete fuelless generator.
Well, you could buy...
Which also didn't come with fuel.
You could buy 3 incomplete ones or 1 complete one.
You have to buy them and then like Minecraft them together into one that works.
Just hit it with a pick until it works.
In the month of August, I was at a conference in Lancaster, California. And I wasn't thinking or praying about the elections. So... because I was not focused on that. But one evening, another man of God was speaking, and I was just sitting in the meeting, and I was just praying. When suddenly I felt in my spirit, I heard a voice say, "Come up." When I heard the word "come up," my spirit was caught up to heaven.
Okay, here it comes, guys.
What?
Here it comes.
What?
He's sitting in a meeting at a conference praying. And somebody's like, hey, come on up. And this is where it's not even stupid yet. That's the thing that I love about this. If you think that's stupid, and if you listen to the show, you're right. It is stupid.
Yeah.
It's not even stupid yet. We are at the most rational part of this story right now.
Come on up. And I was still alive and in heaven.
And then my spirit.
I always thought those two were mutually exclusive.
I don't know how that works either. Like he goes up. What happens? His body just stay there. Like what happens if somebody's like, hey man, you want a Snickers bar or something? Like
somebody's like bending him over.
Right.
They're just like, well, looks like this is now a sex doll.
And I appeared at the council of the prophets. And Abraham was seated there.
Was he getting ready to kill his kid?
Psych.
Being the chairman of the council.
Chairman of the council. They had to appoint a chairman of the council of the prophets. Yeah. And it's Abraham.
It's because he had the biggest knife in the room.
The guy who didn't know God was punking him. That's the prophet. That's the chairman. Why is there even a chairman? How does the power structure work? Do they vote on you? Do they get dividends on their profits?
Does Isaac always look at him like side eye for the rest of his life? Like, is he always like, is he very startled when somebody comes up in his peripheral?
His dad's like, I love you more than he's like, yeah.
Yeah, heard that before.
Well, I mean, almost, right? That's a hard almost, Dad. Thanks. You know, I'll chop the vegetables, all right? You put the knife away.
Dad, he's like looking at his dad's diary, and there's a whole list of stuff he loves more than his son. One of it's like a bowl of popcorn.
Just like changing the cat box.
What?
That's not even, you don't even like doing that.
And when I stood on the right side of Abraham, and as soon as
right side.
It's harder to roll your L's, so he had to be on the right.
Yeah, he kept rolling that thing. Like he rolled that thing for all it was worth.
Came there and I looked at Abraham. Just a little later, I saw the spirit of Donald Trump appear there. And Abraham...
The spirit of Donald Trump
grab Mary Magdalene's pussy.
What is going on? Like people are just like, yep, gotta go. Woo! And they're just like shooting to heaven. Like, what do you put them in like teller tubes to shoot them up there?
At least in the Mormon thing, that fucking pepperoni guy comes down. Like, what was his name? Maroni?
Rub.
Abraham looked at me and he said, it has been decided in heaven that Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States of America.
Oh.
And weren't you just like, yeah, I figured it was decided in heaven. I'm in heaven right now.
And so if this is not what your time is going into, ladies, you need to reevaluate, the time that you're putting into your household. That's your main job.
All right, so this is terrible. This is Mike Shoesmith. He's griping that women have, quote, nagged their way into government. So, goddamn, here we go. Here's this fucking nonsense.
I think that they're going to bring back this suffragette movement from the teens, the 19-teens, which gave us the women's vote in 1920.
And that's what women's suffrage is.
Yeah,
so
that's what
would we bring it back?
What are we gonna? We're gonna take their vote away so that they can fight for it again.
It's really confusing. Okay, well, we're gonna bring that one back.
And
Here we go.
the women's suffrage movement is being as I was listening to Al Franken resign. This is what came to me in my head, for what it's worth, is that this is a revival of the women's suffrage movement from the teens, which
He has said that 3 times now.
Yeah, it's from the teens, Tom.
He has said that 3 times.
But I think he's focused on teens because that's what Roy Moore was focused on.
Oh, nicely done.
Men into giving the women whatever they wanted. I mean,
whatever they wanted. Yeah, they wanted to be equal.
Yeah, well, I think
what did they want it like? Yeah,
they wanted not to be harassed.
They
right?
immediately all became CEOs. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Oh, they nagged us into not sexually harassing them, and then we did anyway. Some of us got fired. I don't know. Didn't work.
Didn't work at all.
Didn't work for 100 years after the 19-teens.
And women were withholding sex from their husbands. They just made, Limbaugh calls them the nags for a reason, because they nagged their way into government.
Wait, I love it when they make nagging the negative, not the fact that you didn't do the thing 6 times before. It's like they, when my wife asked me to clean the cat box 3 times, it's because I didn't do it the first 2 times, right? I'm the asshole. She's not the asshole. If she nags me about something, it's because I fucked up. It's my fault. It's not her fault that she's nagging me.
Oh, but hang on a minute. Nagging is that, right? Nagging is like, it's not, I can't vote, right? It's not, I'm sorry.
Well, again, though, I feel like this analogy
don't
applies.
Insert shit into my body that I don't want in my body. That's not a nag.
I think this applies, though.
It's not nagging.
But I think it applies because they're asking you to do something that you should do, right? Don't put something on your body. And when you don't do it and you're an asshole and they ask again, they're the ones in the wrong.
They're the
ones in the wrong. You're like, well, you should have listened to them the first time. It's not their fault.
I can't get anything right around here.
Jesus. I would just like the right to vote. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Wait, I was busy playing my computer game, so I wasn't paying attention to you.
I'm sorry, honey. Did you say you were making me 1 sandwich or 2? Anyway, it can be 2.
Could you go back in the kitchen and fix that baby? And take your shoes off.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You take your shoes off in the house, and pretty much the whole time you just keep them off.
Nagging about not being sexually harassed. They just got nagged into getting everything they wanted after they got what they expressly didn't want.
Into politics.
Mm-hmm.
And, say what you want about that. Men need to stand up for the muscular, masculine aspect of what the country needs as a whole.
Muscular, masculine aspect? Because women don't have muscles. They're just powered by a very elaborate system of pulleys and nagging.
Because we have now, what do we have now? Women are running everything now.
Thanks, Hillary. Thanks, Hillary.
Wait a minute. It's still like 8-to-1 dudes.
Yeah.
Like in every major power position in this country.
Yeah. And it's right. And there's 25% or something like that in the Senate of women.
If you look at female CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, right? When you look at real power brokers in this country, it's overwhelmingly male.
And it's okay that women have a say in my mind, but they
It's okay. I will grant them a say. I will grant them a say. I will give you a say.
You're allowed. I will allow you to have some thoughts. The following thoughts are the thoughts you're allowed to have.
Guy is great. Does this guy speak in Mythicist Milwaukee?
They can't run everything because now we have legalized abortion, legalized gay marriage. I mean, it's all.
Yeah, because the women wanted that. They nagged us into gay marriage.
There's no gay dudes. There's no gay dudes.
All these women nagging at us, wanting to get gay marriage, so we did just to appease
pair
the
up,
women.
Have a gay marriage, but what? No, okay, I'll do it. Just put the rolling pin away.
I will do it as long as you stop nagging at me.
All about feelings and emotions with these women. And so men need to be a balance to all of this, but men are being shoved to the side.
Wait a minute. Do men not have feelings and emotions now?
We do not have feelings or emotions.
I am a muscle machine. I am a masculine muscle machine.
When you have emotions, you are wrong.
I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence!
This story's from Right Wing Watch. This is Alex Jones again. People will call you a homophobe if you don't let them have sex with your car. Anyone who wants to fuck my car can fuck my car.
That is a weird sentence.
It is a very weird sentence. But I want to say, too, like, I don't think I'd stop some. I'd be like, I don't know how you're going to pull it off.
I don't want you to go in the interior. like,
I feel like anytime you fuck something, you go in the interior.
Yeah, well, I guess that's fair. All right, let's watch this video.
All right.
By the way, if you're a radio listener...
The Silver Bells music, Alex Jones about to freak
and
out.
It's the rapey one. It's that rapey guy, the guy who's like that Bing Crosby or whatever. Like all his songs are like all super smarmy and weird. And you're just like, this guy freaks me out. Whenever they come on, like I like Christmas music, so I listen to Christmas music every Christmas season
intentionally.
And I do. I listen to it. I'll listen to it from Thanksgiving till Christmas at home. Like I'll listen to it intentionally. We'll have it on. Yeah. And like on Pandora, we have a station. And the one thing I don't like when that comes on the station though, is that rapey guy who's always just like, I want to rub your back. It's just like, okay, Garrison Keillor. That's
Listener, you haven't been fortunate enough or unfortunate enough to actually see what we're showing, but everywhere they're pushing sex bots, and they're a giant new industry, basically just fancy blow-up dolls that have like an Alexa bot program hooked into the central network.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Okay.
I have Alexa.
Okay.
Don't you be trash talking Alexa. I love Alexa.
Why do they need an Alexa though? Do you have to be like, Alexa, moan like a porn star? Which one? Ron Jeremy.
Of the people that produce these.
You're like fucking the thing. And you're like, I got to update my to-do list.
Alexa, order batteries.
Alexa, we're out of petroleum jelly.
Alexa, start a timer.
And the tech companies just have basically a big rubber blow-up doll sex bot that's in your house that has like a fleshlight, I guess is what they call them.
You guess. I guess what you call them. If you wanted a fleshlight, you could go to adamandeve.com. They have a wide array of fleshlights. You could also get, I don't know that they sell sex bots or Alexa, but they certainly sell things you can fuck. They sell things you can be fucked with. They sell things that make the fucking process easier, fun, and more interesting. All you have to do is go to adamandeve.com, enter Glory at checkout. You'll get 50% off any item, a free sex swing,
which would make it more interesting,
and free shipping.
There you go.
Glory at checkout, adamandeve.com.
As a sex member, and they push it as trendy and brave and cool. They're now
brave.
Brave.
You fucking a fleshlight. You're so brave.
I've never felt more like a man than when I fucked this fleshlight.
There's all the guys around you are just standing with their heart over their hand over their heart. They're saluting with the other hand. Just like, fucking God Bless America is playing in the background. Brave.
I love it. It's like you're to call your buddies
out of here.
Dude, you wouldn't believe this shit. Oh, did you run into a burning building?
So
no,
brave.
I couldn't convince a human woman to fuck me.
I Roomba.
Oh my God, you're a hero. Did you pull people out of the burning wreckage of 9/11? No, I fucked a robot.
I'm braver than that.
Creating on the LGBTQP3CL4. They were showing.
Ha, 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 ha. I'm making fun of designations of people.
It's
ha, ha, ha.
hilarious.
Ha.
You know what it is?
Doesn't
It's
everybody
clever.
Doesn't everybody else hate the Jews too?
I mean, designations, they show elementary kids in Canada, the U.S., and the U.K. Let's put that back on screen. You guys found some of those during the break because they're ever expanding. They're now saying sex with machines or sex with cars or sex with appliances. There's a whole big move.
Appliances. Jesus. You got to be creative to get it with the toaster oven.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to have just the right amount of pressure on that door. You know what I mean? You just don't want to let it slam.
I feel like if you modified the immersion blender, you could have a go.
Oh, God.
I don't really know how. I just wanted to say that. Who would fuck a car? How would you even fuck a car?
I don't know. How do you fuck like a KitchenAid? I mean, come on.
There's an attachment for everything.
It's like I got the ice cream attachment, the dough
use the
hook,
beater
and
attachment.
and the fleshlight attachment.
Here's the beat off attachment.
Oh
my God, I'm stuck in the pasta maker. Oh my God. Call every emergency vehicle.
You start a fucking car with that thing. Are you kidding me?
Wait a minute. If you had to fuck an appliance.
If you had to fuck an appliance,
you have to fuck an appliance.
I have to pick one appliance to fuck.
It's mine's. It's easy, I think.
A Whirlpool. It's always squirting. So.
I like the feedback. That's amazing. That's the refrigerator. You get a snack when you're done.
Snack. You shut the door. You get a smash. Oh.
This deli meat's gone off.
You don't want to fuck the can opener. That's the one you want to stay away from.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Toaster's out every time.
Toaster is
That's
out.
no good.
Yeah. There's a few of them that are just not good. Yeah. Food processor. The grater. It's like, whoa, that's not a good.
Yeah, for people.
There's just no way to do it. You know what I mean? Like you're just like some of them you might be able to get creative. There's a few you're just like,
that's
like fucking barbed wire. Like I'm not doing that.
Where people are marrying their cars, marrying their toasters, marrying them.
We were just saying you can't do that.
Marrying your toaster.
Nobody's done that ever.
I love the people that marry their cars. Yeah. Who fucking officiates the wedding? The mechanic? What the fuck happens?
Okay, and now car, if you'll sign here.
You can't.
Oh, it's not.
That's weird.
Huh.
Oh, toaster.
Michael, I didn't say yes, Michael.
I cannot. What are you doing, Michael?
Their dogs, their cats, their horses. I'm not kidding.
Yes,
but you're making it
you're
up.
lying. You're not kidding about it. You're just lying about it.
And they're catching people in public places. You see it all the time, like trying to have sex with a Ferrari or trying to have sex with a 57 Chevy.
You say this all the time. I don't even see Ferraris and 57 Chevys all the time, much less people fucking them.
Ferrari. Motherfucker, you walk near a Ferrari that isn't yours.
Right?
And the alarm bells go off. A fucking attack chopper comes out of the sky.
Ferraris come equipped to like 7 guard dogs that live
like,
in the Ferrari.
And like 1 Guido.
That's what I said, guard dogs.
And they actually, I'm not going to get into the details of what they do, but they lube up the tailpipe and everything.
If you have to lube up the tailpipe, slow clap.
Right?
Slow clap. Man. Jesus, we were talking about penis size on fucking Citation Needed the other day. The girth on you to lube up a tailpipe.
No wonder a woman won't fuck you. You'll rip her in two.
Man. God, you got a timber down there. Fucking axe handle McGee. My God, you got to lube up the tailpipe. I mean, fuck, I could bounce mine off the side. Fucking, are you kidding me? She lube up the tailpipe. It would be, I cannot imagine a situation where it would be hard to put in a tailpipe.
I'm thinking like those.
Like I feel like I could invite 2 friends. Are you kidding me?
Hey, I never get that invitation. I feel a little. What the fuck?
Are we talking about a different tailpipe?
We used to be.
Because you do
have to lube that up.
You need that from AdamandEve.com.
If you that's just fucking rude.
That is just
otherwise,
rude.
That is
you do
not good at work.
spit on your hand.
You are not getting a second invitation.
And then police come up. There's a guy hunching your car. So this is
hunching.
Is that a thing?
Hunch. I don't know.
Is that dude hunching my car? I don't know because that's not a word. So
is that guy hunching my car? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I feel like you just let him finish though. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean,
no. Yeah,
he wanted it more.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
He had to lube up the tailpipe. Any man with a dick that big.
I'm not fucking with that guy.
You just clap. You just stand back and be like, go.
You elect him to public office.
Start chanting his name. You're like, Jerry.
This is the total mental illness, a breakdown of society. And if you don't let somebody have sex with your car, you're a homophobe, you're a bigot, you're a horrible person.
I will say, somebody having sex with your car brings a whole new meaning to the word carjacked. Totally brand new meaning.
By the way, this is not satire. I'm not kidding.
Yes, it is.
Total satire.
Yes, it is.
None of this is happening
anywhere.
It is.
Bill Hicks.
Okay, this is what they're teaching kids now. And so
this is what we're teaching kids.
Yeah, we are teaching kids to fuck cars at a young age.
Man. So like when you turn on like Cars 3, that's just porn.
Cars.
They're just like, oh my God, if I could sit there watching it, fucking Lightning McQueen.
I know their name.
Drano in your eyes, identify as a blind person, and the government of the US or UK or Canada will pay for you to be taken care of for the rest of your life because you were mentally ill and wanted to hurt yourself and pour Drano in your eyes.
We take care of mentally ill people. That's what we do.
We should do that.
That's what we do as a society. We take care of people who disable themselves by snowboarding. You know what I mean? Like if you get into a snowboarding accident and you get a fucking, you're now a quadriplegic. The United States government is going to give you a disability check.
They're not going to give you an I told you so, you shouldn't have been out snowboarding, right?
They're going to be like, no, you get, these people are saying like, look, if that person is mentally ill enough to pour fucking Drano into their eyes,
I want them to have some of my money so that they're okay.
I want to make sure that that they get the help they need.
What he's saying is it's their fault, right? He's just saying it's their fault. These lazy, no good for nothing, system working, mentally ill people.
Yeah, right.
Drain cleaner. So this is the whole plan. And of course, I think I'm going to buy some of these sex dolls and
Okay,
cool, man. Go to town.
I like that he's like, I'm going to buy some. All right.
Yeah, bravo.
Yeah, put it in a tailpipe, buddy.
Fuck it on InfoWars Live. I don't care.
Torch them just to show folks that their AI God is nothing but a fraud. Now, I think there's going to be a major outcry that I'm a bigot and evil person for doing it.
For burning them?
I don't think anybody will care.
Nobody cares. It's just a thing.
It's your private
Why
property.
would somebody get mad at like that's like somebody getting mad if you burned your toaster?
Right.
Like who would care?
Or your porn collection.
Yeah, or whatever.
You're like, I bought porn and then
burn my computer.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Okay.
My phone's on fire.
That's great. Well, don't fucking like you're the one who's wasting your money. That's what I don't understand. Like you're like, I'm gonna in protest, I'm going to give these companies money and then destroy their product.
That'll teach them. That'll teach them nothing.
Oh my gosh, as a company, wouldn't you want somebody to be like, yes, I'll buy all your stuff and then burn it? Okay.
Yeah. Now you need more of my stuff.
Other people will need more because you're not going to give it away.
Once they buy it, I don't care what you do with it.
Exactly. You could fuck it.
Who's that guy on the other side of the glory hole? It's Jesus.
This story comes from the Raw Story. Co-founder of nation's largest Christian rock festival abused minors for 16 years, authorities say.
That's unbelievable. One of the things that jumped out at me at this is he's currently the pastor of Come Alive Church.
Just gonna make that
joke. But Tom, you have that saying, that idea that if you have a naughty, something that could possibly be naughty, you have a 13-year-old boy test. But he took it a different direction. He has a 13-year-old boy test. It's just a different test. There's a different grading scale.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's a 74-year-old guy. He's facing charges of aggravated sexual assault, and endangering the welfare of a child. And this is because he ran these Christian rock festivals for many years, and he wound up 4 minors. It says sexually assaulting 4 minors in a 16-year period. And the thing that makes me crazy about this is, do you remember when you were a teenager? Because I remember when I was a teenager, a long time ago, but I gotta really dig out the floppy disk to find
floppy disk,
the disc for this time. But I do remember I was kind of a prick about the music I listened to. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like
it was a deciding factor who you'd hang out with,
and
right?
the music was worn on your sleeve.
Right.
Literally. I mean, I wore concert t-shirts all the time to sort of advertise who I listened to. And that was a big part of my life was the music that I listened to. How does that happen when you have shitty religious music as the thing that you listen to?
Man, I don't know.
I can't imagine that.
I was thinking like, I don't want to excuse his behavior, but if his alternative was to listen to Creed, you know, I don't know what I'd fuck, you know? God. It's like, I don't listen to Creed. What's the worst crime? Which one is the worst crime?
Just the worst one. Listen to Stryper or this. Now, what band that you listened to as a kid?
Oh, God.
That you would have gotten a tattoo of or whatever.
I don't want to answer this question.
That right now, you cringe at.
9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. You cringe at 9 Inch Nails right now?
Yeah, it's really bad music.
Is it?
Yeah. I wanted it to be good, and then it's not instead. Okay. Have you re-listened to that stuff?
I haven't really. I haven't. No.
You have fond memories of it?
I guess I do.
Don't re-listen to it. Okay. It's like watching you ever rewatch like a favored childhood movie?
Yeah.
Did that go well? Well, not with 9 Inch Nails.
No.
It's bad music. It's because here's what happened. It was bad music then. And he's still making music, but now he's off drugs. So it's worse.
Back on the drugs.
It's worse.
Yeah. For me, there was a band that I really liked in high school. And they were a band called Exodus. And I had a t-shirt for their stuff. And they were not a religious band, even though the name, of course, is for one of the books of the Bible. But they were not a religious band. And I remember the shirt I had was from a song. It might even been the name of an album. I don't remember. Called Toxic Waltz. And it was a song. And I was thinking to myself today, I was like, what did I used to listen to? And I kind of went through a couple of songs. And some of it is not as cringy as others. Like some of it is not as, for me anyway. And then the thing is like somebody out there might like Exodus. They might even like this song. And that's fine. It just, for me, listening to it nowadays, I just remember all the awkward parts of my life, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I heard that song today and I was just like, oh, that's not my song anymore. That is not my song anymore. There's another band I listened to. This is pre-high school. And it was a band called Manowar. And I don't know if you've ever heard of that band. It's the most cringy shit you
Manowar.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. But I did listen to it when I was like 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like that age.
There is a Von Canto cover of a Manowar song.
Oh, yeah?
And it takes a really bad song and makes it delightfully worse until it comes full circle.
It does come full
circle. And I love it.
So what's a band when you were a kid that you listened to incessantly, but now you cringe when you hear that music? What is that band? And I'm interested to see the range, right? Because I know for sure we met some people. Hell, I met people in Australia that were older than I was, which I'm significantly an old person right now. I'm significantly older than anyone else who listens to this show. I'm an old person, except for a few people who I happen to meet that were older even than me. Like somebody out there is going to probably mention a disco song. And then there might be somebody who's going to mention a 90s song.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm curious at what that range is, but whatever you cringed at.
Part of it depends on how far back you go.
Sure.
Like in my 20s, it was 9 Inch Nails. Like I love that shit. But if I go back further, man, I like some real bad music. I like some real bad. Like now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I listened unironically to Vanilla Ice.
Oh yeah,
man, I love that shit.
I used to listen to Run DMC when I was a kid.
I feel like that's way better than Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. I don't know that I ever listened to Vanilla Ice. I'm trying to remember.
I stopped.
Yeah, you quit.
Collaborated and listened.
Yeah.
And I stopped listening.
Stop, collaborate, don't listen.
God, I listened to country for a little while too. I listened to Garth Brooks. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. That's whatever. I listen to country music on occasion. If it comes on, I don't turn off. Like sometimes I won't turn off the channel, but I would never seek it out. It was not something I'd seek out.
I'm trying to think like now, like if I had a Garth Brooks tattoo, I would remove the limb that was attached to.
I remember when I was, this is really far back. I remember when I was a little kid, we're talking like, 5 or 6. And when you're 5 or 6 and you're in school, at least back then, you were just like, basically your teacher was your fucking babysitter. Like you didn't do anything in school. Like you just went to school and then you did activities. And I remember one day they sent us home on like a Friday and they said, we're going to play musical chairs on Monday. So bring in your favorite album. And I asked my mom, I said, I don't own any albums. Will you take me to the store and buy an album? And I bought an album, and the album was, and I'm like 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I bought an album called Disco Duck. And it's got Daffy, Donald Duck.
I bet
Donald Duck.
amazing.
And it's a disco song that plays in the background, and he talks. And I remember being like, I remember being in the house, and I was a little 5-year-old, and my dad put it on the record player, and I remember like dancing to it, and like just being like, this is gonna be awesome on Monday. And the teacher takes this album, this brand new album, she puts it on there, and she's like, all right, and she starts to play it, and then she fucking rips the thing off of it.
What?
Like she plays it for a half a second because it's musical chairs. That's how it works, right? That's how musical chairs works.
Yeah.
You have to.
I thought you did it like rage because it was so bad.
You play it for a few seconds and then you pull the thing up. Then you play it for a second and then you pull the thing up.
Yeah.
Well, she's scratching my record and I just bought it. I'm a little kid. I remember being so mad and being like, just let the song play out. But you're playing musical chairs, so you can't.
Dude, you're so old. You played musical chairs with records.
I know. Isn't that great?
Oh my God.
Isn't that great? Oh.
Like there are a not inconsiderable amount of listeners right now
who have no idea. They don't know what a record is. They're like, what's a record? Oh, they probably do, but they're just like, I've never seen one in action.
The Smithsonian.
Never seen one of these in action. Actually making a comeback.
I always hear that.
Albums are making a comeback. There's album stores in Chicago. You can go and go to a place where they sell those discs of vinyl.
Why would anybody want
to hold it up to the sun and spin it really fast?
I don't understand in 2017 why anybody would want to own a physical piece of music.
I know, right?
It seems like weird
like
thing.
Such a waste of time.
I'm going to go buy an album.
Do you own any CDs anymore?
Not anymore.
I don't either.
No.
Yeah.
I don't own one.
I don't own a single CD.
No, I do own one. It came in my car. I bought my car used, and there was a CD in
What is it, Garth Brooks?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Okay, this is Right Wing Watch. Dave, Coach.
Doc Coach.
Not a coach. Daubenmeier wonders if vaccines are making people gay. Okay, spoiler alert, they are not.
Tell me, ruin everything, man.
I know.
I read a lot of stuff.
A lot of crazy stuff. A lot of wacky
penthouse letters.
Right. I read a lot of short articles. You know what I mean?
Roy Moore's blog. Sometimes they're the same thing.
Oh God, that'd be a horror show. Roy Moore's
sexual
letters.
blog. I met a 14-year-old today.
He has to hand it to the teacher.
That's every day,
right? He has to hand it to the teacher. Will you please give this to Susie when she gets out of homeroom? I wrote her a letter.
I sliding it into her locker. Yeah. Do you love me? Check yes or no.
Are you my dad's dad?
Yes. That's what I am.
Have you guys noticed this? Have you noticed the explosion of deviant sexual proclivity?
Yeah, it's like the Cambrian explosion. You know what it is?
There are layers.
Do you know what it is though? All it is that we just don't care, and a lot of more people are out of the closet. That's all it is.
I think there are new ways for people to be expressive about their sexual lives, and like we have a different set of social mores now where people feel more comfortable talking about their sexual lives than they did a handful of years ago.
Yeah.
That's it. People were always doing weird shit when they were fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Look, you guys didn't invent fucking someone in the ass.
Yeah.
Like people have been fucked in the ass since there were asses to be fucked.
Since there were asses and dicks.
Right?
Or whatever else.
Yeah, it's not, this is none of this shit is new.
It should just be homo and straight. Then it was homo and straight, bi.
Wouldn't you be like cooler with bi than gay? Because you're like half the time you're okay. half the time, I tolerate you.
I think he thinks it's more like terrorists. Like they're not wearing a uniform. He doesn't know, like, what side are you on?
You slipped in. They let that by one slip by. You slip one past the goalie.
Homo and straight and bi and trans and homo and straight and bi and trans and gay and homo.
He's just
Homo
naming
and
things
gay?
he's heard of.
Homo and gay. You just named two of the same ones. You're dipping from the same well there, buddy.
He's just saying things he's heard of now. And trans is not a sexual proclivity.
no,
it's a gender
it's a
identity.
gender. It's totally different.
So let's make sure that we put that out there before we get 100 emails to correcting him or correcting us for not correcting him or however that works.
Correcting him by proxy.
They keep adding initials, right?
Yeah, they just added 2, F and U. How's that?
And I was reading something that this is happening. Literally, this is happening because our DNA is being changed.
What's DNA in your head?
This is gonna be great. This is one of those coach moments where I'm excited because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so great. He is an ignoramus.
Can you explain DNA to me, please?
And like, I'm gonna pause before he even says it. Like, so this would make all these things biological then.
Yeah.
Which would render them not choices.
Which would make it, right.
Which is problematic for all of his other arguments, right?
And our DNA is being changed not only through what we eat, but through this.
What, you ate a rutabaga to change your DNA?
You are what you eat. You are what you eat. And if you're
I drank a bottle of Downy and I got Down syndrome.
If you're a guy and you eat a dick, you're gay.
Stuff that we're seeing right here. Who knows what was injected into some of these deviant sex people as children? Who knows what was, when they say they were born that way, maybe they were vaccinated that way.
Maybe that's insane.
Lady Gaga tried that, vaccinated that way first out in the first draft. It didn't work. She had to go back to born that way. So we'd like to thank our newest patrons. First off, Patreon went back on their deal. So they said
Walmarted. They rolled it back.
They rolled it back. They initially said that they were going to charge patrons a bunch of extra money. They decided not to do that at all
because it was stupid.
They just rolled it all back.
Yeah.
You don't have to change your pledges. You don't have to do anything. If you're set up for the one time a month that you've already set up, you don't have to worry about it. If you don't want to worry about it, if you want to go back and change it how it was, like we said, we're still going to charge for every podcast. There's not going to be any extra fees. If you want to keep your pledge the way it is, or if you want to change it up, it's up to you. If you left Patreon because you were pissed off at their fee structure, we hope you'll come back. At least at this point. We may be looking for another system in the future, but at this point right now, we're still using Patreon. So if you want to support the show, we of course would really like it, especially with my job influx. We'd love to have people supporting the show. That would be awesome.
Cecil.
Hey, I got a sandwich board out here. We'll podcast for food.
Will you stop podcasting for food?
I will stop podcasting from lack of food. I'll tell you that.
Not for a long time, my friend.
I know, right? We want to thank, of course, all the people that jumped in this week. There are a bunch of people changed their pledges, so it's hard for me to make sure that all of these people are brand new people, but I'm trying to just mention the brand new people. Thank you, Jeff, Adipose Rex, Alicia, Timir, Maze, Angus, Matthew, the International Cheese Eater, Beetlejuice, Andrew, Torsten, Kevin McLeod, and this is Kevin McLeod, the same Kevin McLeod that runs Incompetech.com, who I've been using his music on other projects for years.
Yeah.
So Kevin, welcome. Thanks for being a patron, man. That's amazing. Jeff, Kane, Darwin's Revolver, Corey, Brycipio, Enema Man.
Enema Man.
Hey, no.
A weird superhero.
John, it's his propulsion that's weird, Tom. It's how he gets around. Ted Cruz ate my son, so vote Beto in 2018. Mike Hubbub, Left at the Valley Podcast, Char, Ann, Dustin, Jasper, Dave, Drunk Shimoda, Joseph, and Virginia. Thanks so much for your generous donations. We appreciate everybody who stuck with us through Patreon. We appreciate everybody who changed their patronage, that was willing to stick with us, that was willing to put up with that. Thank you so much for everything. And thanks for your support, guys. We really appreciate it. So it's a call to prayers, and we also want to talk about some emails, but we got a few calls to prayer. So I'm going to play first Azriel's.
Allahu Akbar. So do you think you could run that whole thing by me one more time? Allahu Akbar. Say it again. Say it to my fucking face. Allahu Akbar. You sure do suck, and I wish I never invited you over. Get the hell out of my house. It's over.
What is that from?
I don't know, but I love it. This next one is from Nasha Buska.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I don't like where this is going.
Oh, shit.
Stop! Stop! FBI should be knocking on his door any minute now.
That's good.
This one's from Amrut.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah.
We got an email from Brian, and Brian says, you guys are right. LAX is the worst. It's even worse than for someone who lives here. I'd rather drive 30 miles to Burbank and not be able to get a direct flight. Wow.
You live near a hub, a major international hub. You're like, fuck that shit. I'll take a stopover somewhere.
No, man. I'll deal with LAX for a direct flight.
Oh, for a direct over, a stopover?
Yeah.
I'd rather be hitting the hammer. Hit on the toes with a hammer than have to do a stopover. I don't have to do.
Yeah, if I have to get a direct flight, I'd fuck a toothless hobo in the mouth. Are you kidding me?
You would do that anyway.
We got a message from Dan, and Dan says, just a question to provoke thought. If Dick Durbin was running against Alan Keyes and Durbin had more type allegations, would you vote for Keyes or abstain or other? What I would do in that situation is I would probably vote for somebody else in a that's from a smaller party. So like if there was a Green Party or a Libertarian candidate that I could get behind that I think could handle the job, I would vote for them. If there was nobody qualified in the election, I would abstain. I would not vote for someone.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't vote for Keyes, and I certainly wouldn't vote for anybody who had credible allegations of being a child molester or I just wouldn't do it. So I don't know what my other options would be, but I would take another option.
Yeah.
There's no way that I could punch the ticket.
Yeah, I couldn't do
and
it
say
in either
that's
one.
my guy.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
And Dan says he might vote for Durbin, hoping the Senate got him removed, and then a suitable replacement would be picked by the governor. For me, feels like a long game, and there's a big ask there. Because if he's able to make it on the ticket and he's able to get elected,
the Senate's not going to boot him.
I don't know unless, the thing is like if it's a Republican Senate, yeah, sure, they probably would in a second. But if it's a Republican Senate and it's a Republican getting in, I think it was going to be a lot harder to get him removed than people thought. I know that there was some Republicans that were coming in on the side of, getting him removed the moment he stepped into office. A lot of people said that was his strategy anyway.
Oh, really?
What he wants to be is a pundit. What he wants to be is the vilified guy who got knocked out of the system by the deep state, so he could be that guy to write the book and to go. That's what he wanted to be. That's what people speculate that he wanted to be. I don't know if that's true. But
okay.
Here's another call to prayer. This one's from Natalie. Wow.
It's so well done.
That is really well done. That's
awesome.
That's good. We got a message from Sakura, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Sakura says the mystery of Trump slurring basically can boil down to there's a possibility that he was having an episode from using dementia medication. This person says that they've seen that sort of thing before. Other people have said to us and sent many messages to us and said that his dental plate came out and he wears dentures and he was trying to hold it in place while he spoke, which was why that caused the slurring. What, to me, that doesn't explain the breathing hard bit of it. But I've never had a dental plate, so I don't know if it like blocks your airways and that's the only way to like, I don't know, because I've never had one, but that's a plausible explanation. But the crazy thing is we live in a country where our president is so vain he won't admit that.
I know, right? Like the alternative is to look like you're having a stroke.
Yeah.
It's not like, because you're already in this situation. It's not like people don't think something is happening. You're flying all crazy all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're breathing hard.
Right.
You're slurring your words. At this point, what you need to say is, it was, why wouldn't you say it's the most innocuous thing, like losing your dentures? Why wouldn't you be like,
right? Because the alternative is that people, again, I get some level of vanity, but if the alternative is everybody thinks you had a stroke, that's the worst. That's
way worse than being a toothless
an old
guy.
man without,
We got
my
a video.
God.
We got a video. This is a Talking Heads video that somebody put Trump in.
Seriously, if you are somebody that does not normally go to our website, I literally don't care what you're doing right now. I don't care if you're driving a car full of children.
Yeah, a bus.
To a hospital.
A bus full of children.
Stop and watch this.
Don't stop. Keep driving.
Accelerate.
But watch it on your phone.
It's amazing. This is the best thing we've been sent in forever.
It is pretty great. Check it out. Aaron sent it in. It's very, very funny. We had someone who sent us what happens when your underwear rides up your front butt. Brienne says that's called a veggie or a VG, I guess. I don't know.
If you pick it out with your teeth, you're a vegetarian.
Here's a call to prayer from Elvis.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef? Where's the beef?
I just love that. I just love that.
Good shit, Elvis. Way to go. This one's Don. Don sent this one in.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away.
Oh my God.
It's timely too with the Star Wars coming out. Here's another call to prayer. This is Andy.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Oh my God! Now get the fuck up.
I love this. I love that.
Like fucking bangarang or something. That's awesome. We got a message from Zaid, and he's in Iraq, and this wins. Zaid says, he's in Iraq, and he says, just a friendly reminder that for the first time in a long time, your president is even worse than ours.
God, he's a man in Iraq.
Oh, don't play this loud, Zaid. Do not play the calls to prayer loud.
Oh, God. Just please don't get caught with this phone.
Whatever you do, Zaid, stay safe, whatever may occur.
You should leave where you're at now.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week. We are going to leave you, like we always do, with the Skeptic's Creed.
Credulity is not a virtue. It's fortune cookie cutter, mommy issue, hypno-Babylon bullshit. Couched in scientician, double bubble, toil and trouble, pseudo quasi alternative, acupunctuating, pressurized, stereogram, pyramidal, free energy healing, watered downward spiral, brain dead pan sales pitch, late night info docutainment. Leo, Pisces, cancer cures, detox, reflex, foot massage, death and towers, tarot cards, psychic healing, crystal balls, Bigfoot, Yeti, aliens, churches, mosques and synagogues, temples, dragons, giant worms, Atlantis, dolphins, truthers, birthers, witches, wizards, vaccine nuts, shaman healers, evangelists, conspiracy, doublespeak, stigmata, nonsense. Expose your sides. Thrust your hands, bloody, evidential, conclusive. Doubt even this.
The opinions and information provided on this podcast are intended for entertainment purposes only. All opinions are solely that of Glory Hole Studios, LLC. Cognitive Dissonance makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, currentness, suitability, or validity of any information, and will not be liable for any errors, damages, or butthurt arising from consumption. All information is provided on an as-is basis. No refunds. Produced in association with the local Dairy Council and viewers like you.